Man, be real. I don't know how any of this streaming technology even works now. I'm sitting here like, how do I update the title? How do I do this and that? Is the audio even coming through? I had to update OBS before I even started. It's a mess, man. You know, what's that saying? It's like riding a bike. I feel like people who say that don't really go through long periods of not having ridden a bike, you know? Like, I'm sure there's people who like don't ride a bike for a minute and then like fall dead on their face. Shit. But nah, confused and disoriented is my way of being, I guess. But to your point about not having heard of this game, it's, I guess, a prequel to another game that came out a little while back called Backbone. That I had played. I didn't stream that game, though. That was before I ever streamed a stream. But it was like a little indie game. It's fairly short, and I think this one's pretty short, too. Let me see. I guess I could at least like start up the new one. I'm wondering if I know how to read anymore either. This will be fun. First grade reading level. Grandpa? Oh, what is it, Clarissa? Did you hear what I said? Oh, I'm sorry, Clarissa. Grandpa was in a different place for a moment. In a sun chair somewhere, resting his tired old legs. It is wild I just talked about being old and now I'm reading for a grandpa. This feels appropriate. There's sun here too, and a bench. In Gastown? Well, there's certainly lots to see here. Do you remember the last time we came here? No. I suppose you wouldn't remember. You were just a little girl back then. Not that you aren't now. You used to chase the geezers. Do you remember that? I'm not sure what happened then. I was sitting on a bench, might even have been this one, when I heard a man shouting. I looked over and saw a shopkeeper talking to you. He was pointing at his window shouting, so I hurried over. Why was he shouting? He was furious, hooting and hollering, all worked up, and you didn't even flinch. It's almost like you knew I'd be able to talk him down. I'm gonna say right now, if I was that kid's guardian, I would have just let that man yell at her. Maybe that's why I won't be like a good dad. But I'd be like, yeah, they fucked up. Go ahead and yell at them. Do your thing. I mean, I'd sleep it at some point, but I think should let that kid get yelled at a little, man. Especially because he said like she ain't even flinched, so like she seems to think that it's okay because the guardian is there. I'm like, nah. You want to cause problems, you should be ready to throw hands with an old person. Sorry. Let's see. How come people always listen to you, Grandpa? They do. I suppose that's right. You see, Clarissa, Grandpa has a lot of friends all over the city. All sorts of people, big and small. In fact, many of them live here in Gastown. And the angry man, did you know him too? Know him? Oh no, he knew me. This old man is like, I love his energy. You don't know motherfuckers, they know me. Get it straight, kid. All right. Know him? Oh no, he knew me. However, we have some mutual friends. Oh, Mutual means people that I know who know him. Do you understand, Bella? Sure. Yes, of course. You've always been a sharp little girl, haven't you? Only the shepherd knows who you get it from. School, maybe? Maybe it's good for me, like my teacher says. Oh? What's wrong with school? Why don't you like it? I'm a shrug, like a G. No. If you don't want to talk about it, you can tell me anything, Bella. I just don't like it. Did you do well in school, Grandpa? I suppose. I only did what I had to, though. Most of what I've learned, most of what's important, I learned outside of school. From being with your friends. I should also say, too, I'm trying to just quickly pick a dialogue option without thinking too hard like I normally do, so that's why I'm not reading all the options out loud. I'm just kind of skimming them and picking one, so. Partially, yes. You can learn a great deal from people you surround yourself with. You just need to listen to them in every way. But how do I know which ones to listen to? And which ways? Well, there are a lot of people out there, Clarissa. Lots of people who are good, but lots of people who are not. How can I tell the difference? There are many ways. You can see it in the way they smile, the way they talk, and even more, in the way they listen. What if I don't see it? It takes time. Knowing someone isn't a single experience. Same as you, people change. And it's okay to change your mind about those people. What do I do if someone nice suddenly starts being mean? You put them in the fucking dirt. You take a step back, reassess, and make up your mind again. Never believe something to always be true just because it has been so far. People change, and their views along with them. I hope people don't stop liking me. I know it's hard, Bella. The first few times it'll sting, but after a while, you'll start seeing that it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you're happy with yourself. Old people are so wise, and old, and wise. I'm just gonna nod. Come end of fall, the winds will grow, then twisting branches cuss the snow. But spring will free what cold held dear. Give way for one more year. Oh my god, the old man even has bars? Oh my god, I love this game. What was that, Grandpa? It was pretty. A poem, Clarissa. When I remembered just now, I read it a long time ago, but it appears it has stuck with me. Why? I'm not sure, Clarissa. Maybe it's sitting here with you, time and people passing by. Tell me, what will you be when you're older? Who do you want to be? Oh, okay, we got traits. Let's see. For cunning, I want to be really smart, really clever. Ambitious, I want to be like you, Grandpa. I'll be a big boss. Or powerful, I want people to listen to me. I'm going with cunning. I want to be really smart, really clever. Well, I'd say you're halfway there already. Am I? I don't feel very smart. I think that's just it, Clarissa. A clever person knows that they don't know everything. The more you learn, the less you know. Oh, in that case, I'll try to never feel smart. Well, whatever you do, Clarissa, don't forget that being smart isn't everything. Knowing things and being right is no substitute for being kind. Your father, well, some people tend to forget that. See, that's another reason grandparents are great. They get to throw shade at your parents. I won't. Hey, Grandpa, I love you. Now give me some money. I love you too, Clarissa Bella. I couldn't ask for a better grandchild. Now come on, I think it's time for dinner, shall we? One last shrug, brah. What kind of game is this? I guess you'd say a visual novel. I had pasted the original Backbone in the chat earlier. It was someone gonna die, ain't they? The original Backbone was like a it was like this. It was more like a detective game, I guess. You played this raccoon who, I guess as most detective games go, gets hired to look into this matter, and then as you're digging into the situation, you realize it's a much bigger conspiracy than you had planned. Um, I had written a review for it on Steam. I think it's a decent game, though it felt kind of unfinished. Whereas the Preludes, I guess it follows a few of the characters from the first game. I think there's like four of the characters, so we're supposed to jump back and forth between those stories. So that little girl, Clarissa, who you see here now, she became like a big, I guess, mob boss, you could say, in the previous game. So if you play that, you'd recognize her as the lady you see here now before you. But oh yeah, she looks like a killer. Why? Because she's a bear? That's called speciesism or something, probably. Shame on you. She was kind of hardcore though. Also, the pearls with the fucking turtleneck. That's the look, bro. I mean, come on. She's kind of killing it. Like, and even the earrings to match the turtleneck and his head, bro. I wish I could go through life looking like this, bro. Oh my god. You aspire to be cunning when you grow up.